Welcome welcome all to episode 15 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. Lauren is here, Lee is here.
Season 3.
Season 3, sorry.
Amongst us. Don't forget, we don't want people thinking we're just all bloody noobs, do we?
Oh, God. How would they think that, listening to such things?
Not even ready. Still got a mouthful of Frappuccino.
Lauren has just waltzed in 10 minutes late, holding a Frappuccino.
Oh, my God. I'm pregnant now.
It reminds me of when I was worked at Tesco. And,
is that what you used to do? 10 minutes late?
I'd turn up 20 minutes late and I'd be like, sorry, I'm late, guys, but I'd have a Starbucks in hand. Like,
yeah.
And they were like,
gives you away.
At one point, I got really bollocked for it. And I said, how dare you treat me in such a way? I was so angry. I made
Such a cocky
I
kid.
think I insinuated it was homophobia.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
well, I'll just be like, I'm pregnant. I need this.
Yeah, you
I need the calcium.
Be like, I
this
need
cream.
the sugar.
Yeah.
My baby needs the sugar.
My baby needs it. Well, oh my gosh. Well, let's kick off the pod with, I had my first dizzy turn yesterday.
Oh, no.
I felt like a proper pregnant woman.
Oh.
I was having my hair done.
Oh,
hey.
Of course she was.
I know. Got to pamper myself. And
are you allowed to have it coloured when you're pregnant?
well, I did Google it, and then I told my hairdresser like early, because I was like nervous, obviously. And he was like, "Oh, you'll be absolutely fine." But I was like, I just wanted to double check. But most people are like fine. I think it's like maybe with box dyes and stuff, but bleach is the best thing because you're just literally stripping the colour away.
Right.
You're not putting anything on. Yeah, so I went and had my hair done by Connor. He is a fab lifer, actually. And I stood up because my hair's so long and luscious now because of pregnancy.
Does that happen?
Yeah, you get... So I've got all these like baby hairs growing out, like just like new hair growing out. It's great. I'm loving it. So my hair's quite long, so I was doing a little trim. And he's like, you're going to have to stand up. It's so long to trim it. So I stood up and I was like, woo! And I just was like trying to be brave because, you know, you refuse to believe that like you're having a funny turn. Do you know what I mean? And I was like...
Did you stand up too quick?
Yeah, and the other hairdresser, who's also just like an absolute legend, he was like, you've just eaten, your blood sugar's low. And he got me a biscuit and a bag of squashies.
Oh, I love squashes.
I know. And my hair looks like squashes.
Yes.
So I was like...
They remind me of COVID squashes.
Oh, because the
that's
texture.
what I tried to try when I realised I'd lost my taste.
Yeah.
I said, I can't taste the chili in my picante, in my spicy margarita.
My
So
God.
I ran to the fridge to find some squashes in there and I went...
And you couldn't taste it.
I can't taste. This was back when, you know, COVID was kind of like he's got...
And you only knew by the taste thing
then,
as well.
And then so I did a test and up popped that line because before then I didn't even think they worked.
What, the actual
The
test?
test.
Me neither.
Like
Because I was always negative.
I've never seen a line. It's the first line I've seen, like the two lines.
I'm in that bathroom
It's
at
good to
that
know
do.
they work. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think they worked.
So what,
at
did
first.
you like have to sit down or?
They got me a little, and then they blew the cold air out of the blow dryer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hair dryer.
Yeah. I do that in the gym now because it's so hot in those changing rooms.
It is when you're in there, babes. Flexing those muscles.
Oh, thank you. We're joined by a new producer.
We are. Yet again, we've scared another one away.
I mean, it's literally rotational, but I quite like it. It
Me
varies.
too.
Oh, you've got a little bit of frappe on your tooth.
Oh my God, I felt it.
Yeah.
Sexy for the
You
YouTube.
had like a bejeweled tooth
Oh my God, do you remember them?
and a little bejeweled incisor.
It's a double chalk, that's why.
I
It's a
know,
bit-
bloody hell. They
Bits
remind me
of
of when I was like
chalk.
20 years old. I mean, only just looking at it now, I'm putting on a different bloody dress size.
I know.
But, yeah,
gonna eat
so
that
what's
cream.
that double chocolate? You need the
Because-
sugar.
Double chalk, I'm all about like creamy, ice creamy stuff at the moment.
Right.
And we're recording at 6 p.m, so it's a bit of a strange, like, it's not tea time yet. Do you know what I mean?
Tea time.
Tea time. So I thought I'd get this little, get myself a little frap on the way in.
Well, I did the same, but they didn't have any available, so I went for an Aperol Spritz. I asked for a
Classic.
wrap, but I think you just heard app. Oh.
Yeah, and was like, oh, it's that time of year again. And this guy who always seems to be drinking. Love that for you.
We're joined
Anyways,
by
sidetrack.
Brian.
Hey, Bri.
Hi.
Brian's a new producer.
He is.
And good to have you here, Brian. Very, very nice to have you here. Who did we? Oh, well, Phoebe last
Well,
week.
Phoebe,
Yeah,
we went old
Phoebe.
school.
Just seen Phoebe. But we are talking. Well, firstly, I've got big news, Lauren. I've got big news.
Please tell me while I drink
I
this cream.
have invested in a air conditioning unit.
Shut up.
I had to do it. Everyone.
Where did you get it?
Amazon.
Everyone in lockdown was doing that though. Do you remember? Like going to Argos, going to Amazon. And there was all of a sudden these like tunnels coming out of people's windows. Have you got to do that?
Well,
Put,
it's
like, a
not
tube.
arrived yet, but I will have to do that. So basically, it's hot, isn't it? The forecast is
It's pretty hot.
Hot.
Yeah, hot.
And, it's the 14th of June, and I'm starting to think this is the beginning. What's going to
get hotter
if
on
it
our
gets
birthday?
more intense, all right? And I just thought I'm too old for this shit. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy an air conditioning unit, and
Just for your bedroom.
just for the bedroom.
Love
yeah.
that.
God, I can't buy. They're about 300 odd quid. They're very expensive.
Yeah, and to run.
Well,
Hope your bills are included.
they are.
That's why he's done it.
But I'm not going to overdo it, but I was just and anyway, I've had messages from people, and if you do have an air conditioning unit and you want to validate my choices, then please do message in, because people have gone, it's the best thing you'll ever do. You'll never look back.
Really?
And also, I do that all the time. Do you ever I've noticed I do this. I buy things online, and then after I've bought it, I will Google, I will look at reviews of the
wrong way
thing,
around.
all the good reviews.
Yeah,
to
validate.
Oh my God, and I'll get excited over it. I don't look at it beforehand.
Do you not? I have to check there's not any
sometimes
bad ones, I've been recently looking at vacuum packing things
Wow.
to put all my clothes in.
Oh yes, because you've got to make room for the baby clothes.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't fit in anything. So, great. That's why you'll see this dress a lot, guys, on YouTube.
I hate to zone right in on the double choc frappe. But I'm like,
Basically, this is all I have for meals now.
yeah.
But I was reading the reviews, and people on Amazon love to upload a picture or video of their messy house, don't they?
Yes,
Like with
yeah.
the summit in the front. I love that.
Oh, you've got a little bit of a thing
Have I?
lodged in your teeth. Has it got little chocolate chip?
It has. It's really.
I
picked
tell you
the-
because we're on we're on camera. You don't want to zoom in on the.
What tooth are we talking?
It's gone. It's gone.
I felt it.
I'll keep throughout the app. If you watch it on YouTube, you may
Ever
see
so
me-
stuffed.
You may see me just signal to.
Yeah.
It reminds me. Oh my God! So I always check this on my notes. So I was in Paris in 2019. And
just pre-lockdown.
and so I've got on my notes this thing that I wrote. Anyway, I'm sat there with Holly and Kate and everyone. Kate's brother was getting married,
Of course.
and so we were all sat at this restaurant in the day, like having lunch or whatever. And Holly was talking, and I said, Holly, you've got a herb in your tooth. Anyway, she was like, blah blah blah. Carried on talking, whatever. I go, oh, the herb's still there.
When it's like lodged in
Yeah,
further.
She's like, oh, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, and I was going, oh, yeah, it's still. Anyway, it got to that point where I'd obviously said it too much, but she's talking away, and the herb's there, and it's looking at me. I could practically see its heart beating.
Yeah.
So I've got this note on my phone, the 4th of July, 2019 at 14:20, and it's just. I won't say it out loud, but the herb is still there. So I couldn't bring myself.
Were you like passing
to
notes?
say it out loud? So I passed her my phone, which says. But yeah, that was the 4th of July, 2019, Independence Day.
Oh,
the day
God.
the herb was independent from her tooth.
Oh my God. She gained independence from the spinach.
But there's nothing worse than having something stuck in your tooth and then getting
And
home
people don't
seeing
tell
it
ya.
there. I tell everyone.
Tell me, you know what I mean? Someone the other day like blew my nose and they were like, oh, you've just got a bit of like, obviously had a bit of a bogey or whatever on the side of my nose. But you'd rather someone tell, and I was like, oh, is there a bat in the cave kind of thing? And he was like,
God, is that what you say? Okay, you made a joke.
it's a bit
there.
nicer than saying bogey though, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate the word bogey. It
Bogey.
actually makes me feel a bit sick.
Yeah. So is there a bat in the cave? And he was like, yeah, I just didn't want you to be, serving customers and you're there with a... And I was like, oh, no, thanks. I hate it when people
I think I'd prefer...
don't tell you.
Was there a canary in the cage? Bat in the cave
Yeah.
is a bit...
But bats really little
Oh,
out
is there
there.
a mole in the hole?
Oh, no, that's rancid.
um,
But thanks. Keep me updated on my choc chips.
I will. Just if you're watching this in HD or 3D, you've got 3D
Oh my God.
computer.
Or if
Did you
you
get that?
No.
Oh. I'm surprised they don't have 3D computers.
Oh, God, but no one would leave the house. Fellas, they'd just be watching porn all day, wouldn't they?
Fellas, don't leave the house.
Honestly, Pornhub. The viewings be out
Do you have
through the roof.
porn on, not you personally, do you have virtual reality porn? Sure.
Me? I can't afford the goggles.
But surely they must.
They must. Well, people buy them dolls. They don't even need the virtual reality. They can just buy the dolls.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy the goggles, which are a lot of money, you're gonna just buy a doll, surely.
Yeah, but the doll...
That's next level. That's like having a relationship, isn't it, with a thing that's not real. Oh God, that's so weird. Apple have released the thingy, haven't they?
Oh yeah, but I thought sometimes Apple will...
$3,000 they're going to be.
Yeah, it's
virtual
odd.
reality.
Because sometimes they'll... Because I started watching it, I was like, oh, this is a parody. And then I was like, oh, no,
I
it's
know.
not.
And it's real, isn't it, when they do these seminars? It's so stupid. But it's like when I watched someone using it, like it's like some guy in his kitchen, he's like checking his emails. It's like Minority Report.
Yeah.
Like he's like double tap on like his thing. Yeah, it was like, that's not real. That's stupid.
Also,
You're just going to get robbed as well. I think people will be coming in your house and you're there checking your email.
well, it just is stupid. But also, those seminars, they kind of start always like the same, don't they? And like this guy comes on in jeans.
It's like a
He's always
cult.
wearing
It's a cult
jeans.
when they like clap them as well when they come out.
Yeah. And he's like, what if you could transform the way that you lived your life
Yeah.
through the swish of a finger? And it's like, introducing the eye chair. It's not a high chair, it's an eye chair. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh my God, whoa.
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh God, I can't wait.
And it's like, sick of those annoying swivel chairs? Well, say goodbye to that, because the eye chair will swivel itself.
It'll float you to the fridge and back
Yeah.
when you need a snack.
And it's like, but they're very, I mean, to be fair, on Apple, they're fantastic at marketing.
Well, yeah.
What? How do you feel now? You've moved from an Android girl
Oh.
to Apple. You were forced to do it because you smashed your... Wait, did it get nicked? What happened?
I
You
lost it in the underground.
Okay.
So got my new one from my hairdresser. An iPhone
Jesus.
XR.
Is this fucking pod sponsored by your hairdresser today or something? You know, stop mentioning him.
It must be. Hey, Connor.
Oh, the herb's gone right in smack bang in the middle of the teeth.
I can't even take a single gulp. It's going to be so melted by the end. I'm just going to wait till the end now.
Sorry, I keep derailing it, but
Hopefully, because it's chocolate, they'll melt a bit.
I'll just have to power through.
Yeah. No, don't. Everyone on YouTube, that episode was good, but Lauren just had a bloody chocolate chip in her teeth.
Why has Lauren got missing tooth? That was a chocolate chip.
Oh, Freddie had that the other day. I had a bit of black pepper, and I was like, I can't let you. You know when they go to get it and it digs it deeper.
Oh God, I hate it.
And I was like, you've got to get it out somehow. And I was like, leaving him because I was like, because it's black, it just looks like you've got a hole in your tooth rather than a herb. It's not obviously a herb. Anywho, we digress. So I dropped my new phone on the floor the other day.
Yes, you did. So you've gone from Android to Apple.
Yeah, and I've managed to smash the back of that.
You've dropped the new phone.
Because why is the back made of glass?
What? I don't know. Ask the guy in jeans.
The guy in jeans and a
Who's
casual
that on your
top.
tote bag?
Do you know what? I got this at like some sunglasses event, and they just dug out a vintage advert. So it's like an advert from the 50s. It's cool, isn't it? But yeah, luckily only the back smashed, so who cares?
God, I can't believe that's how it's so annoying.
It was from, well, we have a marble tile. We have marble tiles, don't we, in the flat? So it just fell off the couch and had no chance.
Oh, shit.
But at least it landed on the back and the camera's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, yes. Oh, it looks kind of arty, though.
Yeah, I'm just going to get a cover that's not see-through, and then you won't be able to see it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
And I had the cover on. Everyone was like, but did you have the cover on? Like, questioning if I was, like,
You need
lying.
to get Tech 21. That's what I've sworn by all my life. Well, not all my life.
They're the super, like,
Yeah,
military ones
I've
out
dropped
there.
this. I've thrown this at so many people. And it has
Thrown this at
never
so many
started back to-
exes.
Yeah. Well, I know. I only have one.
Only the one.
I have more iPhones than exes.
But I threw it a lot.
But what's the difference then? Do you feel like you're getting used to being
It's hard
an
to get
Apple?
used to where your thumb needs to be.
Yeah,
Because, like, a lot of the back buttons used to be at the top and now they're at the bottom and stuff like that.
really?
Yeah.
That's just force of habit, though.
Yeah, I'll get used to it. Do you know what? I'm going to soldier through.
I will.
I'm strong. I'm a strong person. Yeah, and also, like, I was posting on our Facebook page today. I couldn't find my way
Fab
around.
Life with Lauren and Lee on Facebook.
Yeah,
if
it's
you want
just
to,
Fab Life Pod is the actual handle.
Pod. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just couldn't work my way around it because my film didn't know where it was going. But we found its way.
Well, we found its way. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we are talking this week. Well, we were speaking exes. We were talking kind of like love, relationships in general. I found some funny Agony aunt stories.
Have
You
ya?
did a little bit of a shout out.
I did a bit of
you?
a call out. So we have got a few little stories. I've just got handpicked a couple that I thought were quite funny from our Fab Lifers. Couple from Facebook, couple from Insta and
Lovely.
YouTube. So which one would you like to start with, Lily?
Oh gosh. Start with a YouTube one.
Okay, great. So this is from Helen, who always gets a mention actually
Love
on the pod.
Helen. Love Helen.
First off, actually, her actual comment on last week's episode was really funny because she was on about gaming. So maybe we'll read them out at the end if we've got time. A few people put funny comments on people who are really competitive.
Oh yes, of course.
One, I'm actually just going to say one right now because it was so funny. I actually lolled on the bus.
Well, let's read them all out. We can go for them now. You know,
great.
we're the producers, girl.
Why do you think we're on series 3? For fuck's sake.
Jesus.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
So we were talking gaming, competitiveness. I still need to tell Neil. I've not had a message from Neil Woods yet.
He mustn't be up to date.
He's not up to date.
Um,
Well, Michelle says, loved the game stories. My friend was playing Monopoly with her family and they were arguing and getting very competitive. So her mum threw the Monopoly board in the fire.
That's one that made me laugh out loud.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Just no fucks
My
given.
mum's like could be like that because I always remember like sometimes, you know, you might be like semi-arguing and she goes, right, no, it's it, that's it.
Yeah.
Christmas is fucked. Like, it'd be like, it's over. It's over.
over.
It's gone too far now because I basically call my sister a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Because she stole Park Lane and knowing I had that. And I'm like, you're a fucking snap. Do you know what it brings up
You're
a lot
really
of,
snide.
It brings up a lot of memories.
With your siblings. Yeah.
I have a thing with Monopoly where I have a certain tactic, actually.
Yeah, what is it?
I like the light blues and I like the pinks. That's
Okay.
always what I go for.
Yeah.
I mean, I will always buy the dark blue. I think it's absolutely ludicrous if you don't buy the dark blue space.
Well, if you can't, do you know what? I actually don't because I've only in recent years because I actually read the most commonly landed on is the red and orange corners. So if you can bagsy the red and orange, get some hotels on them, they're worth a lot of dollar.
Yeah, they are. But what I mean is, like, I'm saying as a tactical thing.
Yeah.
If you allow someone,
People will pay big bucks
to, you know, properties, then you could potentially be in the shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I like the light blues. I like the pinks. I like that jail corner. You know,
Yeah.
Pall Mall,
Calls to you, does it?
the white. Yeah, the Angel Islington. All that
Yeah,
kind of
lovely.
vibe.
Always should be higher up the Angel Islington, I always
Do you
think.
think?
Yeah. Gets a bad rap there.
Well, right in to Hasbro.
I will.
And I think I remember one year, like my sister cottoned on, and I was like, "You are a fucking snidler." And like it turned personal.
Yeah, of course.
I was like,
it did.
"Yeah, and your split ends. Why don't
Yeah.
spend the money from the rent on your split?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was like, "Okay, that's enough now. That's enough." And I was like, "Anyway, would you like to buy Old Kent Road?"
I am putting this up for sale if you
Poor
want.
Old Kent Road.
No one wants it, and no one wants it now. Still, I would
Do you
say
know what? I'd always buy it.
it's a good starting point to get on the property ladder.
well, if only. If only.
If only we could.
So, Michelle said that one. And then lovely Tony Dunsford on YouTube said another great podcast as always. And also, we've not had a message from, I think this is Elle.
I was going to say this. Elle, let us know what demographic you are in.
She says she's not your demographic, but thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I felt as though I was eavesdropping on a bus.
I feel like we need to get
she lost
Elle.
me at bus.
I nearly boiled alive on a bus today, Elle, so I feel for you.
But what was were you going to read Helen's?
I was going to read Helen's because she's got a good ex story in my DMs, actually. But she made me laugh because she said she had to give up painkillers years ago because she's not painkillers. She had to give up drinking years ago because the painkillers she's on. But vodkas did turn her into Rose West because we were talking about Rose West last week. So I was like, really good bringing that back round there, Helen. But I will tell you her ex story, if you like.
Well, she has also said, on the subject of games, my sister is one that has to read the rules word for word.
She's a Craig.
And don't you think one of the hardest things to do in life is in front of a big group of people read the rules?
Especially if everyone's had a
Because
drink.
people will not listen. And then
Nah.
when they cotton on that you're annoyed that they're not listening, you're like, guys, and they're like, oh,
And then
they'll
someone
start
always
to
leaves
do
the room
it.
as
They
well.
start to do it as a joke, and
Yeah,
they might
yeah,
start to interrupt you, and then you're like, all right, well, someone else read it.
Someone
Very
always
annoying.
goes, can we just get on with it? Should we just start and see how we get
Yeah,
on?
that's what. Oh my god, let's just start and we'll pick it up. Like let's do a practice round.
And then they
All
don't.
right, let's waste our time doing a practice round, because then what if I win? What if I win the practice
Do I
round
not get the points?
and I don't win the other round? I'll be then fuming that I won the practice
I
round.
didn't think about that.
You know? Very
livid.
annoying. Very annoying.
VV annoying. VV.
But go on then. So Helen...
This is our first ex story.
Okay.
So she was with him for 25 years and he was a narcissist.
Oh.
Great. So we were talking about narcissists last week as well. He once came home from the pub and was demanding his dinner. God, is it 1950? Well, I was that pissed off with how he was talking to me, I accidentally dropped his pork chop on the floor.
I hope that's not a euphemism.
It was covered in dog hair, so I rinsed it under the tap and put it on his plate and he ate it.
Oh.
I wouldn't have rinsed it.
Dog hair.
I'd have just put it straight on the plate.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have wanted to put it straight on the plate if it had.
It would have been
dog
too
hair on
obvious.
it.
Maybe just like only rinse one side and put that side up.
We do not condone this kind
But
of.
if he was a bellend, it's
God,
fine,
yeah,
innit?
he sounds like he was.
And then I've got another similar one from Facebook from Steve.
Steve.
And he just puts, my one happy thought towards the end of his relationship with his ex is that when I used to run those hot, soothing, aromatic, oil-infused baths for hers, I pissed in them first.
What, he's just in the bath?
Yeah. So she was just having a bath in his piss.
Oh.
It's kind of it's a bit of a fesshole, that. Do you follow fesshole on Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of one of them, isn't it? You know, when people like... I think that's quite a good one. Like, you know, if they were really doing your head in, what a way to get back at them and they'll never know. You don't have to rub it in the face. You
Well,
know?
that's like, isn't that like when they piss, like put the toothbrush down the toilet or something?
Yeah, like rub it. My brother used to do that too. They had a uni housemate and they used to do lots of weird shit to his like bathroom items.
Oh, what? Like
because he was an arsehole. No, because he was not. He was like a pain in the arse.
Right.
So they used to rub like his toothbrush around the loo and
I'm
like
not sure that's like
piss in his shower gel and stuff. Like they really hated him. It's bad, that, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's really bad.
Terrible.
You got to have these tales, haven't you? It's character building. Adrian on Insta, I thought this one was really good.
Lovely, Adrian.
Oh, lovely Adrian. He always sends us a good message. There was an ex who absolutely shattered my heart. Sad times for him. When we split, I packed all his stuff in bags and he'd left some paperwork on top of the bags, just so happened, that had Adrian's name on them.
Right.
So, during an argument when collecting the stuff, I mean, there was some expensive stuff in there, original vinyl records, a Louis Vuitton overnight hold all, etc.
Lovely.
He picked up the stuff thinking it was mine because it had this letter on, so he thought it was Adrian's, and gave it to the bin men, not realising he'd thrown his own stuff in the bin lorry.
Oh.
That's just instant karma, isn't it?
He
Bye, Louis
threw
V.
his Louis Vuitton
In the bin. And his vinyl for whatever it was a vinyl for.
I wouldn't be bothered about that. I'd be bothered about the LV.
I know.
Never mind
You,
the
man.
EPs.
He beat me, EP. And I bet Adrian was just tight-lipped.
Well done, Adrian.
I know, so good. Kelly O'Brien, this isn't one where she like got revenge, but it's quite funny. Over 20 years ago, her ex was trying on some sunglasses in Specsavers or whatever and asked the assistant if they were bisexual glasses. She just went, I think you mean unisex, sir.
Brilliant.
And she never let it live him down. Live him down? Live it down.
Well, I did a gig in Liverpool last week.
Oh my God, you did.
Did I tell the nature story? Oh, I've just given
You,
it a bit.
you haven't, but please tell it because there was a Fab Life at the gig.
Oh, was there? Who?
Nicola, and she messaged me saying he still doesn't know what humanists are, but we had a great time nonetheless.
Oh, God.
She was like, I didn't get to catch up with Lee in the end. So she was there and she thought it was good, but you clearly didn't know what it was, which is funny.
Well, it was an It was a funny old gig because they were a lovely crowd. I will say that they were lovely, but they were quite polite. They were quite
That's a humanist for you, isn't it? Though.
Yeah, I said, like, you know, they're not going to be mean.
No,
Their whole shtick
exactly
is
not.
that they're lovely people.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just think of others. But no, Brenda from work I said, I'm doing a humanist gig tonight. This was as I was going to it. She said, will they all be naked? I said, you're thinking naturist.
Oh, yeah.
So she was at the gig.
Mm.
Oh, I would love to have met her.
She went all the way up from Norfolk, apparently.
Well, there was people from all over the place. I mean, I felt like there was.
Was it like a
times where I
convention?
struggled. Yeah, there's about 500 people there.
Oh my God, love it.
But it was lovely, and they very much looked after us. We had Domino's in the green room,
Yes.
lovely hotel, the Novotel, and then I got stuck on a train for an hour. But I was quite pleased because then I found out other people on that Saturday had been stuck on it for hours and hours and hours.
And were you air conditioned at least?
Well, a little bit, but the tracks expanded.
Oh, I've
What
had that
happens?
before. I know
Points failure.
England is not equipped for this weather.
Or the cold.
Yeah, we're just not equipped for global warming, guys. We've not got the infrastructure.
Well, Nicola, it was very, very, very sad not to have met you. But we now move on to enough about Nicola. We now move on to I've got you some agony out. Funny agony aunt.
Okay, cool. And we've got to give advice.
So, here's one. Dear Deirdre.
Am I Deirdre?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
My mum's dog attacked our postman. I tried to help him, and then one thing led to another, and now I think I'm pregnant.
No.
What would you do? What advice would you give?
Oh my God. So she shagged the postman.
Yes.
She was like wrapping that bandage around, and she was like, oh,
One thing led to another. He popped it in, not a letterbox.
Oh my God. He's a dab hand getting it in the slot, isn't he? Oh, well, does she want the baby? That's the main question.
Yeah, I guess
You
that is
know,
the main question.
That's what Deirdre would say. Do you want the baby? And if you do, you've got to be honest with him.
She could call it Pat.
Oh my God, she could. What's the cat called?
Jess.
Jess or Jess, Pat or Jess,
Yeah.
depending on the sex.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say you got to tell him, you got to be upfront with him if you want the baby, and if not, you know, abortion is legal in this country, rightly so. So just go and get yourself sorted out, and the NHS will look after you. It's fine.
Okay. This is from Navy Boy.
Oh.
My fiance is pregnant, and I've been sleeping with her sister.
Oh God.
She is also pregnant.
Oh no.
I'm not ready for kids. Should I ditch them both? Please elaborate.
Well, he's just an absolute bellend, isn't he? That's like, Navy Boy, what are you playing at? Can't have your cake and eat it too.
No.
And also, you know, use protection.
Well, exactly.
He needs to step his pussy up, and either
What?
it's just what they say on Drag Race when you need to like step up your game.
Oh, right.
What would you say to him, Navy Boy?
I would say, listen, you've gone in too deep. You're going to have to admit
Literally
this.
twice.
Yes. And so weirdly, he will be the uncle to both of his kids. Won't
Oh
he?
my God, he will. And it'll be like one of them things where like, oh, I know the cousins, but everyone thinks the brothers because they look exactly alike.
Moaning Man.
Oh God.
This is from, oh no, this was what they called it, Moaning Man. FJ in Bury. I've always woken up before my wife, and a few months ago, I got up and made her a cup of tea. Now, she expects this as a matter of course, taking it for granted that I will take her a cup in bed. What's your advice to him? He's obviously made her a cup of tea, and he's decided that this is not what he wants. Now she expects it. Would you expect that?
Yeah, probably.
Would you?
Do you know my father-in-law takes my mother-in-law a cup of tea in bed every morning?
Oh.
I know.
What, does Freddie do anything like that for you? What about now you're pregnant?
He does. He's being very sweet. He's just doing everything for me, like
Oh.
carrying all my bags and stuff. It's quite nice. And he's always like, do you need anything? Do you need anything? So if I wanted a cup of tea in bed, I probably could get one.
Yeah.
But I reckon he'd be just honest with me if he was like, do you know what, I'm busy, like I've got stuff to do, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, and you don't want to.
Sorry, I can't do it. Yeah, you don't want to take the piss. He's just gonna have to say I can't do it. Or maybe the days he is actually genuinely busy. It's quite a nice thing to do though. When I'm at home at mum and dad's, my dad always makes me a cup of tea in the morning. Okay. Most of the time though it's too early and I've fallen back to sleep, and then I wake up and it's cold. And he's like, how's that cup of tea? And I'm like, oh, it was lovely, Dad, thanks. But sorry, Dad, he watches this actually. I've poured it down the sink.
All right. My boyfriend and I have a good relationship, but there are times when he dons a Darth Vader mask and refuses to answer to anything other than Darth Kickass. What should I do?
I mean, that sounds like it's becoming a bit of a deal breaker, though, doesn't it? Otherwise, why would you be writing
as an Agony, Anne? You don't give any... You're like, this sounds like the relationship's over.
You know what?
This guy is a dick.
Oh, well, she's got to tell him, hasn't she? She's got to be like, listen, it's not cool, it's not sexy when you do that. Or what she should do is feign an injury when he's being Darth Kickass or whatever he's called. And be like, ow, oh no, I'm bleeding. Oh, I think I broke my toe or something. And see if he breaks. And then if he does, she can be like, ha-ha!
Right.
I knew you could break it.
Join in the role play. Then what happens when she actually does have an injury and he's dressed as Darth Kickass?
He'll still come off bad though, won't it?
And then she dies a terrible death.
Yeah.
Because he thinks she's trying to trick him.
Yeah, that doesn't work out well, actually, is it? Yeah, honesty again. Let's just be honest with each other.
I really like this. I'm reading these blind as well, so who knows what it could say. But I really like this girl at work, but I'm not quite sure how to broach the subject. She always seems interested when I talk to her, but I've heard she has a boyfriend. Should I send her a picture of my penis?
Oh my God.
I wasn't expecting that.
Do you think this was like before Tinder, so it was like on the work computer, in an email, dick pic?
As an attachment.
My advice is never send an unsolicited dick pic.
No.
Unless it's asked for. There's no need for one.
Do you know what I had once, right?
We don't want to see it.
I was chatting to this guy once and we were chatting. We arranged a date and he ghosted me. And then we had arranged a date for possibly the Friday, but if not the Friday, we're going to stick to the original Sunday. And anyway, I texted him on the Friday being like, I can't actually do the Friday now. And I didn't hear back from him. So I thought, oh, he's busy, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll wait for Sunday. Sunday comes along. I was like, hey, what's the plan? Didn't hear back off him, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, later on in the afternoon, I was like, oh, I'm guessing it's not happening then. No response, nothing. Weird. Like, blah, blah, blah. For about a month and a half, I just got nothing back from him. Until randomly,
oh no,
he like replied to one of my stories, like without fire emoji. And I was like, what the fuck? So I just didn't reply to him. And then he WhatsApped me. I was like, hey, sorry. I was going through a massive thing. My friend found out they had health issues and blah, 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 blah.
God,
anyway, I was like, listen, it's fine, but like it takes less than a minute.
Yeah, to send a text.
I'm really sorry. My friend's got health issues. Like, let's reschedule.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were back and forth on it, and I was just, and do you know what? I was quite strong because usually I'd been like, oh yeah, no, because he was like, can I make it up to you? Blah, blah, blah.
It's so easy when you don't owe someone to just be like, oh, forgive and forget. Yeah, fine. Whatever.
But actually, I was like, no, that's just a really dickish thing to do.
Yeah, shit excuse.
And I literally basically was like, it's not my vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then he was like, oh, sorry, blah, blah, blah. Like kept doubling down. Then randomly sent a video of him wanking to me.
Oh my God.
As if that would make me go, okay, all is forgiven.
Do you know what? That was a lovely vid.
Just response. Like it was like, oh, I'm just going to send this. It was really odd.
Very
Men
strange.
are weird.
Men are weird. That happened to my friend. She was like texting this guy on Tinder and then he randomly sent this picture of him like getting out the shower. And also like he was flaccid. It wasn't even like... it was like full frontal. And she was like, I don't want to fucking see that. And I don't want to see it flaccid. Yeah, and it's flaccid. And I was like, no thanks. And then she just was like, right, like lol kind of thing. She didn't know what to reply. And then he sent her a wanking video.
Oh.
And then the thing is, like, she knew she wasn't going to go on a date with him. And we all just sat and watched it and laughed at him. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. Everyone's going to see it.
Tell these straight men that if you're going to send wanking videos
or dick pics, all of her friends have seen your dick.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, get shared around.
You know, I don't have them.
Do you not? Your penis portraits?
Yeah, no. There's
very no rare.
Need. Very rare.
Yeah, you don't need them. Like, I mean, some people do. But, like, do it there live in the moment and when it's asked for, you know? Don't just be sending it mid-chat. Also, I love it when guys are like, what are you wearing? It's like, I'm out at Tesco, what do you fucking think I'm wearing? I don't sit around in a negligee waiting for you to text me.
They'll have said that and they'll be like, what are you wearing right now? And I go, my pyjamas.
Yeah.
I know they want me to go, I'm just in my briefs.
Yeah, my briefs.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I'm in briefs.
The reality is you look like shit.
Do you
know what I mean?
I've got a face mask on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in my pyjamas. And I'm trying to work my new air conditioning unit. Like, it ain't sexy.
It ain't sexy, baby. Yeah. And they might be like holy boxers you've got on or whatever, you know.
We won't go that far. I don't actually wear boxers to bed.
Briefs.
No, I don't even wear briefs. I wear like little shorts.
Oh dear, like little baggy shorts.
Little baggy shorts.
That's nice.
Like
lovely. You look nice in a vest.
And then in the winter time, I'll wear like a long.
You do wear a nice long. You look good in a long trowel. Yeah, classic.
With maybe still a vest. I can't sleep naked. I don't like sleeping naked.
Well, do you know what the life hack is for summer sleeping? And I always say this: people are like, "Oh, I've got to like take all my clothes off," but the problem is everything sticks to you.
Yeah.
Your body parts stick to each other as well. You need that light cotton on, and then that like negates all the.
Well, I won't need any of that once I get my air conditioning.
Oh, you won't. You'll be chilly. You'll be pulling the duvet right up.
I'll be in lamb's wool.
I've been doing the cold compress on my forehead. Honestly, I've been sitting in the dark like a vampire.
You should try and invest in aircon. Look at me now. I'm like, come on, join the club.
Freddie wouldn't allow it.
Why?
It'd just be like it's bad for the environment.
Oh, well, you can't say that now that I feel like I am bad for the environment.
You just got to weigh it out with like cut out something else.
Okay.
What else?
Straws.
Yeah, just cut something else out.
I just took a straw out of my...
Just stop drinking yops. Do you know what I mean?
I hate yop. I don't hate yop, actually. But why would I drink yop? I'm not 12.
But they're really bad, aren't they, for the environment? Those white bottles, the white plastic.
The, pet bottles or something.
Something like that.
Joe Lycett did a big campaign.
Yeah. So just stop drinking anything in a white bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. Narrows it down.
I don't, you know, and I'll often choose vegan options. I like a vegan burger.
You do actually, yeah. You have cut down your meat intake. All right, we'll let you off.
Thank you.
You've allowed your air
You know
conditioner.
what? If people are fucking jetting around in private jets, like, don't start telling me that I can't put a bit of aircon on when I'm boiling hot.
Oh my God, we've got a friend who's just been offered a lift back to London in a private jet.
Shut up. From where?
I know. From this like little island on the outside of Scotland.
Oh my God.
He's going to this big house of someone he knows, and they're like Succession vibes.
Oh my God. Who is this?
He doesn't actually listen to the pod, so I can say it's Ed, my friend Ed.
Nice.
And he's a director. And him and his girlfriend are like going up to use this parent's home. And they were like, oh, we're going up, blah, blah, blah. Bit of a summer holiday, and it'd be just like absolutely stunning. They probably own the island. I don't fucking know. Anyway, the guy whose parents' house it was, who he knows, was like, oh, my sister will be coming up, by the way. So I just thought, have you booked your return journey yet? And they were like, no, we haven't. We've really booked our like outgoing. He was like, oh, well, because the private jet will have to come back to London anyway, and it'll be empty, so you may as well.
Well, when I worked,
I mean, you would
Lapland,
though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, when I worked in Lapland, I took some of the guests back to like the airport, and we had this family on that had their own jet. And
too many people have their own jet, right?
yeah, so they were like this big rich family from Ireland that they did like some sort of there were some meat farmers, but they were like huge. And I said to them, I was like, obviously, you know, your flight is separate, but we'll take you. And
Obviously, just outing them in front of everyone.
Yeah, no, but this is to them. And I went, so what time do you have to get to the airport? And they were like, I guess we'll just whenever, really. Like, oh, I was like, oh, so what time does your flight take off?
Yeah, you'd think they'd have like the clear airways
Yeah,
and
but
that.
he was like, oh, just, you know. But basically, there's slots. There's like 10-minute slots each time, I think.
Oh my God.
But he was like, oh, just well, huh? I was like, what time does the gate close? And he was like, there's no gate.
What gate?
There's no gate. And do you know what happens? The fucking pilot comes out. Hello.
Gets the bags for them.
And then takes their bags. The pilot.
You've also got to hire a pilot and a nurse stewardess slash. So they're just on your like payroll all year, even if you're not taking the flight. Do you know what I mean?
a lot of companies will do like
or do like agency stuff.
Yeah. So I think you can do, but yeah.
My brother went to collect the big boss who owns his company, who is like a billionaire, and he was sat in the private room where you go and pick people up. So it was the same. So like he was at the airport, but he wasn't at the airport because it just like you don't have to go through it. You just go straight to this gate and they hold you. Then when the plane lands, they'll say like, "Oh, you can drive to the front now." So he was just sat there. And do you know what the guy wanted? Because someone else couldn't pick him up, so my brother went. Do you know what he wanted in the car?
Haribo.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what?
All he wanted was good sweets. He's quite old, the fella.
Guess that.
I know. You'd think he'd want like San Pellegrino, cold, this temperature or whatever. He just wanted make sure there's good sweets in the car for me to eat.
Nice.
So he picked like lemon sherbets, old school, because this guy's an older fella.
Right.
And something else with something in the middle. Maybe a blackcurrant licorice. Can't remember.
Right.
But yeah, he's just been on this private jet. Wouldn't you think he'd have sweets on that? He could just like put a handful in his pocket.
Where did he come from?
I think he lives in like
cravings of the sweets round here.
I think he was only coming from like Dorset or something up north.
Oh.
Yeah, he was just like coming, or like Jersey or something, and he was coming to the north,
Oh right.
like Manchester or whatever.
Oh right. Sorry. Like Dorset's not up north.
No, he was coming from
Dorset.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. He's coming from like the south.
Funny. He's like, get us some of those northern sweets.
What do
you
you have?
know what I
Like
want? A Greg's.
bag of coal. Just gets a bag of coal and he sits in the car. Yeah,
Great.
I know. Fancy.
Yeah, so I'm not taking private jets anywhere, but I will have, my aircon on, and listen, I'm not ashamed to say it.
Hey.
And anyone who turns around and says, "Oh, it's not good for the environment," is just jealous that they don't have one.
It's just jealous. Oh my God, I'll be heading around to Notting
I've
Hill.
got a fan. I've got a ceiling fan, and I've got another.
It's just
fan.
hot air though, isn't it? At this,
Just blowing hot air left, right, and centre.
much like this pod.
Yeah. No, but yes, so.
Oh, all right. Let us know how the little like Nelly the elephant like trunk hangs out the window and stuff.
I will do. And also, I've totally forgot to say, I'm going on holiday on Saturday.
Oh fuck yeah! What are we gonna do?
I'm not here next week, so you might have a guest co-host, or we might have a week off.
Yeah. Guys, how do I edit it?
Oh shit! Yeah.
I don't know how to do the magic mastering like you.
Oh.
Well, it's all coming out.
Nothing without me.
I'm nothing without my producer.
But we'll sort that.
We'll keep you updated.
Probably have a week off.
Yeah, probably sounds like we're gonna have a week off.
Yeah, I totally. On the way here, I'm going on holiday.
I kept seeing it in my diary and then just like forgetting.
Yeah, I'm going away. I can't wait.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. You really crave a holiday when everyone's like, you just want to be by a pool in this weather, don't you?
Oh, I can't bloody wait. And the fact is that this weather has been like the warm up to it.
Yeah. You're getting that base tan.
Yes.
Hope you're getting your top off at all times.
Oh,
you look lovely in the linen, actually. It's a bit of a different look for you.
thank you, darling. Do you like my new little Birkenstocks?
Oh my God, you had ordered them. Well done.
Yes.
Have you sprayed them with suede protector?
No.
You need to get on that. Especially when you're dropping your cocktails down, in sitches.
Got, a couple of scratches on. I've only had them on about 10 minutes. Right, this has been it. Thanks for all your lovely messages.
We'll try and think of what else to do next time, but you've got another week to think about it, because we love the DMs.
Brian, thanks so much. Thanks so much
Brian.
for being here. Bless Brian, having to sit through that drivel.
He's like, I'm never doing this shite again.
I do love the word drivel.
Me too.
That could be good. Send in your favourite words.
All right. Not drivel, because that's Lee's.
What's yours?
Salubrious.
Salubrious.
I love the word
I
salubrious.
like the word yogurt.
Do you?
Yeah, a little yogurt.
I quite like mascara.
Mascara.
If you say it enough, it's like one of those words that loses all meaning.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I like... What do I like? Serendipitous, but that's a bit obvious.
I like auspicious, actually.
Oh.
You never get to use that.
I like facetious.
Oh, very good.
But you know how to spell it. Very difficult spelling.
All I want to spell is feces.
Mm.
No, go on. How do you spell it?
Facetious.
Oh my God, okay. I won't remember that, but thanks.
Facetious.
Something about the face, isn't it? Probably from Latin. Something about the face.
Well, we'll find out. We
Susie
could do
Dent
an
over here.
etymological round.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Or
yeah,
an
okay.
etymological. I used to be obsessed with words.
Word of the day.
I used to
Susie
carry
Dent.
around an electronic thesaurus.
Oh, yeah, you have said this
And in
before.
year
I know the
4
one you mean as well.
Year 4, my teacher was like, wow, I think he might be a genius because I'd used the word like malevolent or something.
But you're just faking it.
But I just put evil
just
into
type
the
it.
top of the
Yeah.
thesaurus and it said malevolent and I just put that in instead.
Really, you're like, It was like the first having a smartphone at school.
I loved it. I
Head of the curve.
thesaurus.
Just bring it back.
I was like, how dare you? How dare you speak to me? Or should I say, how dare you communicate with me?
In that way.
Mm.
Lovely.
And I used to like read the dictionary.
Did you? I used to quite like doing that, but reading like the Italian, I used to have a little Italian dictionary.
Oh, did you learn it?
No, I just wanted to when I was a kid, but then I never actually did. Because you're just you by yourself reading an Italian dictionary. You can't put the words together, can you? In a sentence.
No, you can't actually. Yes.
No.
It's just you reading random Italian
Yeah,
words.
what a
I mean,
weirdo.
that is more tragic than me reading the English dictionary.
I know.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh God, I've come across as right sado there.
It was
You're
wrapped
sat
in
there-
brown paper, though. It was lovely.
Was it? Oh yeah, you've always liked the vintage look.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, well, this has been episode 15. Oh, but Fab Life.
With Lauren and Lee.
Oh.
Fantastic.